I am very excited to look at this Sai-Spirit Workshop. This thing comes in a really nice package. It's pretty basic on the outside. However, it's got a nice magnetic flap that opens up into some beautiful artwork on the inside. Look at that. That is very nice to see. Great experience if you're trying to get into an unboxing video. What am I trying to say? It's a great experience. It just looks great. Yes, this is a Super Saiyan 3 accessory set specifically for... Did I just move that mic or was it always moved? The audio sound better now? Anyway, we got layers of stuff to turn some version of Goku into a Super Saiyan 3. Now, admittedly, Super Saiyan 3 is my least favorite unless it's on like one of the little guys. Mostly because of the eyebrows. They go away. But this was a very nice looking set, and the accessories and all the other stuff you get in the box is really making this a must-have set. Potentially. Of course, I don't know. Haven't opened it yet. Wow, that is a toxic stink. It's like spray paint. Good God. It must be glue in something. That is really bad. Might be the paint on there, I don't know. If you would like to join the Discord that I have, then you can do that by signing up to be a member over on Ko-fi. Ko-fi is where I sell all of my print work, even action figures from my collection. And those memberships come in a variety of styles, so you can get discounts on all the stuff I offer, like those action figures and print work, or you can join Discord at just $2 a month. So use the Ko-fi link down in the description, and I'll see you over there. They couldn't decide whether they want to use Ziplocs or plastic, but whatever. We got a lot to look at. I'm very excited. I believe there are alternate versions of this to get depending on the color that you want. Comes with a stand, thank goodness, because if you know anything about Super Saiyan 3 action figures, wow, is that a heavy head. We got all kinds of things for the little dragon effects. Check it out. I mean, this is going to be a fun one, for sure. And I do have still this version of Goku that AFFM Custom sent me, so we could find out if it works on this if you're doing the Games Begin Goku. Maybe the neck pegs that he sent along with that will work. I also have just your standard Super Saiyan version, and then the demoniacal fit Marchless Forever. So we'll find out what works and what doesn't. But of course, with neck pegs from somebody like AFFM Customs, we can definitely make this work. Look, it's a beautiful set. This is the most toxic stink I've ever smelled because there's a lot of paint on there and it's freshly on there. The stand would be nice. However, the base piece, the nuts don't fit. So I have to try to find something else that maybe I have. Everything else has been good so far, but I cannot get that one to lock in. But it does come with a claw, an optional set of arms for the claw, this base piece which should connect to the claws, and maybe something else, I don't know. And then it includes two of these, which would allow you to connect it to multiple bases if you had them. Anyway, we'll find out if I have a screw, at least for the B-roll. Now, let's get into the meat of this thing, which is all of these gorgeous accessories. I'm very curious how that attaches, but we'll get into it. There's no instructions in this whole set, so just put it together how you think it works. So let's just jump in because there's a lot to look at. And as you can see, the dragon effect pieces are awesome. And I might genuinely get a headache from sniffing this up so much. You get two options for the dragon flame effect, which, oh my God, that's so nice. This is gorgeous. Look at all the details and the teeth and everything. I hope this, I hope this isn't like a brittle plastic. It doesn't feel like it. It feels genuinely nice. But sometimes you don't know, and then you drop things or you start putting things together and then they snap apart. But so far, this does feel and look really nice. And as you can see, yes, it lights up. The more you can put some lights in there, you're really going to be able to just amp this thing up on your shelf or for photography or B-roll. And then you get this one here, which is an extended flame effect, which does look really nice. It has this peg spot in the back of it, so I'm really not sure how all of this is supposed to work. I mean, I think the stand would maybe hold these things, but I'm gonna have to look at some photos and then just obviously do whatever you want at the end of the day. You don't have to do what's in the photos or what's on the artwork or manga or whatever. Just do what you want. You get the body of the dragon, which has this magnet piece, which would make me think that the first chunk that we looked at might snap onto that, but I didn't really pay attention. Yes, there's the magnet, but here is the top of the neck, the flames going around. This is all really well done. My God, like the acrylic or whatever is used here doesn't have any air bubbles or anything, which sometimes is a sign of like a bad quality product. But look at that. Snaps right in. Looks phenomenal, as you would expect. And then you get this little dragon arm, which is pretty cool. So I do appreciate that this is an additional piece. I think it's, again, just a magnet, so it's just going to snap in. You can kind of, can't really rotate it because it locks in right there. But, my God, look at this. This also has, like, this cutout here with a hole down in there, which would make me think, again, that the stand would be able to lock in. But I have to figure out that nut. That nut! Oh, man. What a beautiful piece. Okay, very, very happy with that. You also get 2 whiskers in this shape specifically, and 2 whiskers in this shape. So really just depending on the layout, obviously you can swap them around, have some dynamic stuff happening here, and I don't see the hole for it in this version. The problem with clear stuff like this is it's really hard to see where holes are. There we go. That was really hard to see, but now that it's in there, it's actually kind of easy to see. Good God, look at that. Oh, man. This is such a magical set. I just want stuff like this on my shelf now. The tip on this one is maybe screwed up a little bit. I might have to, like, kind of carve some stuff off there. No, I thought I would get it. If I can, anyway. I'll try. Whatever. We'll figure it out in B-roll, maybe. Up next, we have little effect parts, which, again, man, this is kind of, you're just left to your imagination. It does seem like it has specific smooth cutout parts to go somewhere, but where is that somewhere it goes? I don't know. Same thing here. This beautiful effect piece. I mean, these are really nice, and it's going to work with a lot of stuff. I mean, you got like a Storm from X-Men. You could clearly do that. You got this medium-sized one, which, again, don't know where it's going to go. Whatever you can do to make it stay on them. And then this one, it kind of a circular thing, but there's not much give in these things, so you want to be careful. You don't want to stretch them out or twist them too much because it'll definitely snap. But visually, I mean, these are great, and of course, again, when you get the light behind it, it's really going to shine, literally. And then you get this little halo piece, which, again, same kind of material. It's got that little peg piece, which makes me think that his head has got to have something for that to snap into. We'll figure it out. Let's look at all these face plates, because we got a good amount here. This one, which is stunning. There's a lot of paint on these. Like, the entire face, the skin tone has paint on it. Generally, you just get skin tone plastic, but look at that. Look at the application of the eyes and everything. The blood, the sweat, the veins. This is really well done. The tongue sculpt is super impressive. Then you get this kind of ticked off version with the eyes shifted. Again, really nice. The paint on that skin tone does work really well, and it really enhances the line work, I think. And this one with the eyes shifted in the other direction. Then you got this screaming face, but the tongue is not, well, there's the difference between the screaming faces. Phenomenal work. Really enjoying this so far. You got this one kind of shocked or scared with the sweat dripping down. Then you got this just standard gritting teeth, which I do like this. This gritting teeth with the line work does stand out compared to a lot of them where they just use like a light bit of paint or shadow. And then this kind of cocky version, which I also really enjoy. Now, on by default is this one, just a nice neutral face. Does look good. It's the least impressive one, but that's okay. You always need a nice neutral option. The color and everything happening in the hair is awesome. I really like the frosted tips, especially in person. The biggest challenge here on camera is that we're not getting how golden this hair is. It's not a bright yellow. It's actually a warm yellow. And there's like orange lowlights all painted in throughout this head. I really wish that was coming across a little more obvious. And I don't know if I can get the camera to show that off, but you just have to take my word for it. Maybe it comes off more so in the B-roll. But right now, this is a very awesome looking head sculpt. Now, we've had Super Saiyan 3 sculpts in the past from a couple different companies, KW Studio, for example. This has a huge ball joint, which you can see there. I'm curious how much this is going to limit articulation. You can hear that like ratchet set, which is probably a good thing because it stays up or down depending on what you need. And then in here, it just looks like there's barely any movement. However, look at this. This is new. So you have ball joints. Well, all of this is on a ball joint. This is crazy. I don't know how much we can actually get all of this to like rotate and move around, but I'm definitely surprised how much you can get. This is crazy. All right, this company is really making a name for themselves already, in my opinion. This is really well done. This face is a little shiny, but again, it's my least favorite one. So there's no problem with me swapping that bad boy out, which just comes straight down. Let's put the shocked face on. I like that one. Great connection, great application on everything. I'm loving this to death. I do need to know how the heck this is supposed to work, because as of right now, not a clue. It makes me feel like there's something missing. Like how can I have a Halo piece and no way to connect it unless it's supposed to just kind of... No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, that little notch on the inside is confusing me. Another one of those where I may just be forced to figure it out with the B-roll. All the promos that they used previously, you can see here. I'm not sure which Goku body that is, but there's the Halo in the image, but I don't see the Halo being used anywhere. A little frustrating, but I guess, oh well. So let's start off with this standard Super Saiyan. I think this should definitely work out for us. It's most likely using that neck peg. And proof that you need a stand. Super Saiyan 3, man, I don't know how else you do this without having some stand to support the weight. But yeah, it causes the heads to just kind of flop around and stuff. But I mean, look, is it doing its job? Maybe not the best Goku body, because it does look a little strange. Maybe let's try a different face. Maybe that's just throwing us off here. Is that better? Or do we just feel like this Goku is too small to make this work out? We have the demoniacal fit, which most likely that means, well, I already know that it means we need a neck adapter for this to work out. But that is a me problem for later to find. This is way better because we have the beefy, muscular version of Goku. Once we get that neck adapter, I think this will be a very solid choice. But if you need a neck adapter, this would be, I guess, a 2.0 to demoniacal fit, which AFFM Customs does offer. We should be able to take this 2.0 to Games Begin adapter from AFFM Customs, and we will need to remove this ball peg from the Games Begin. Owie. All right, the moment of truth. Oh boy, that is a solid fit too. That is definitely the right choice. Now, again, the weight of it really causes some serious problems with this guy, but my God, check this out. How can you not want this version of Goku to fill in the rest of your collection? I mean, this is nice. This is really nice. If you like Super Saiyan 3, why have I never done this kind of camera option before? This looks pretty good, doesn't it? I don't know. This, if you're a Super Saiyan 3 fan, this is a no-brainer. If you don't like Super Saiyan 3, well, maybe the accessories are enough to make you a happy boy. Oh, I think I understand. I think I understand now, based on the design of the image. Is this a ball peg hole? A hole for a ball peg? So you could do something like that? Maybe. Kind of afraid to force that in. Anyway, that's what the B-roll is for, folks. Don't forget. Pretty awesome, though. This is beautiful. All right, so I actually did my best to follow the layout that is in the video released from China at some point. This shows it, but it doesn't necessarily show you how to connect everything, so you just gotta look very carefully. The one that they do show you is how the halo works and then how it attaches to the head. Everything else, I just kind of did my best looking at the original video and laying things out. Now, I'm not even sure which Goku they used. It may have been a Kong Studios version or something. I'm just not familiar with that figure. So, I'm using the Games Begin. I'm using the Demoniacal Fit Martialist Forever. And then I just try one of the 2.0 Super Saiyan bodies. Most important thing to know, though, is don't drop this stuff because it will break. And attaching a halo is like you might get it 1 out of 15 times. It's so weird. There's not a very clear, direct connection. It's just like you keep trying and it eventually locks in, but then it just falls off easily. So this is a display only kind of setup, but you better have him so that he doesn't fall over. Posing was also a challenge because he's so top heavy, and then you have to get the stand in there around his hair and his neck, and then his body flops. And look, I did my best, but this is a set that is beautiful, but is there a better head sculpt option out there? Probably not available now. If it is, it's probably expensive, so this is kind of the best option currently. All of the accessories are maybe the things you could skip on. As gorgeous as the dragons are, they just don't really want to connect to the arms and the hand pegs. I'm not sure what they're doing to make this work, but I did my best and got away with some poses, and then that was it. These dragons look great, not really functional. Biggest challenges, again, just kind of figuring out how you want to wrap these around your figure. Well, biggest challenge? No, there's been several challenges. But I think this is really, really well done. I am very much a fan of this. Again, Super Saiyan 3 for me, I just don't like it because of the no eyebrows look, but otherwise, fantastic. And if you like Super Saiyan 3, like I said, this is definitely something that you need to have in your collection. I don't know if you can even get this anymore. When I was just now looking at the listing, they were all grayed out. So if I can find some links, I will obviously put that down in the description. Something's down there. Well, there you have it, folks. Is this SSW set worth it? Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's going to be a great addition if you have a Super Saiyan 3 shelf with like Gotenks or something. So if you enjoyed this and you want to see some more upgrades for Goku, then be sure to click that link right there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.